Hola, hola, everyone. Welcome to the Monday meditation. I'm glad that you all have joined us. Eric, are you here? Yeah, there you are. Eric, can I get you to translate something for me real quick?
Sure.
Okay. Due to some electrical complications, Caroline's trying to figure out a situation and she'll be here to guide us in the meditation just a few minutes.
Ok, lo que Jeff nos dice es que hubo ciertos problemas eléctricos, entonces Carolina en unos minutos se va a unir para guiarnos en la meditación una vez que ya todo esté resuelto.
Gracias, hermano.
Vamos.
And it looks like she's back.
Hola, buenas noches a todos. Good evening, everybody. Justo al punto de entrar, ya se fue la electricidad. Just right when I signed in, the electricity went, so I'm happy that it turned back on. Muchísimas gracias. Y bien, estoy feliz para ver a todos. Ya fue mucho tiempo que no les he visto y gracias a Eric que me ha ayudado muchísimo traduciendo para que yo también tuviera una oportunidad para estar un estudiante de la Dharma. Estaba en India con Lama por algo de 3 meses y tuve la oportunidad de estar con varios maestros y geshes y lamas y realmente tomando el tiempo interior para estudiar profundizar la Dharma en mi propia vida. Entonces estoy muy feliz para estar aquí, para compartir un poco de estas experiencias y sabidurías como ustedes. Y gracias a Eric y Jeff y todos que no, me ayudaban en este tiempo para permitirme eso. And just wanted to give a big thanks to Jeff and to Eric in particular for supporting during all this time. I've missed everybody. I haven't been on the Dharma Talks for quite some months now. Had the opportunity to be in India for the past 3 months and really had some time to go inward and to be able to listen to different geshes and lamas and rinpoches. It was a really special opportunity for me to be a student and a listener, and so I'm really excited to be here right now and to share some of that wisdom with you. Hola, Nicole. Um, and yeah, really happy to be here with everyone. So muchísimas gracias. So it's Monday. I'm so happy to be with each of you to start the Monday in a good way, to start with a good intention in our hearts, to be more compassionate humans in the world. I think that we're in times that are challenging, both in our inner world as well as our external world. And I think that it's really essential that we kind of step to the plate and really utilize this opportunity for these teachings that we have in our life and really put them into practice. And
And we're back, I hope.
Yeah, we're
Caroline,
back, Carolina.
yeah, my electricity went out. I just shut the whole thing down. I apologize.
are we good now?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there you are.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It tried to flip over the internet. So I hope you heard what I said in English, and we're getting the same thing in Spanish now. Is that true?
We
Jeffrey,
got like
you
half
got
of it, maybe Carolina.
you got the half in English? You didn't get the full thing?
Yeah, I think you got kind of cut off in the middle.
Okay, cool. We'll do it all over again. So what I was sharing in English is that I just think that, you know, we're in times when it's challenging. Our inner world is challenging, our outer world is challenging. We're meeting with challenging people and situations. And I think that it's really every day it's more and more important that we step to the plate and really bring about a compassionate heart and bring about loving kindness and understanding that each of us are in the same boat. We're all struggling in different ways. And it's so important for us to be a light in the world and to really to show this wisdom and to show compassion and put these teachings into practice. The world really needs it right now. And I think that the more that we can be gentle and kind with ourselves and with the people with whom we are most karmically tied, and then continue to expand that aspiration to be beneficial to all beings. So I think that it's really essential. And I really just want to congratulate and give thanks to each of you for coming here each Monday or the Mondays that you're able. It really shows a lot about what you're interested in. And I think that it really gives us all a lot of hope on what's possible in the world. Entonces, quería agradecer a cada una por estar aquí, porque creo que hoy en día el mundo no está fácil, el mundo interior no es fácil, el mundo exterior estamos encontrando con con personas complicadas, con situaciones complicadas y, y realmente necesitamos personas en el mundo que están dedicados al amor y compasión. Entonces, es realmente una responsabilidad y un honor que nosotros tenemos acceso a este tipo de enseñanzas y es realmente lindo. Me da mucha esperanza que cada uno de ustedes están aquí en cada lunes o los lunes es que se puede, porque para entrenar nuestras mentes y realmente estar un luz en el mundo que realmente necesita. Entonces, muchas gracias. And so I'm going to share a little bit about, you know, we always do the practice of Tonglen, and it's a practice of loving compassion. And I had the opportunity to meet with Geshe Dorje Damdrol in India this year, who's just really such an amazing teacher. He used to be a translator for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And the way that he expressed the teachings of Tonglen, I found very beneficial. And so I'm going to share some of what I learned through him about that today. Tuve la oportunidad de estudiar con Geshe Dorje Damdrol en India, y la manera que él expresa las enseñanzas de Tonglen está muy, en mi opinión, muy ayudoso. Entonces voy a compartir eso hoy. Geshe era un traductor de su santidad, el Dalai Lama, entonces estamos muy afortunados de tener esas enseñanzas. Entonces, so really to start, if we really like think about this concept of Tonglen, this concept of like taking on the suffering of others through compassion and then giving love or giving happiness through love, how do we actually do that? You know, sometimes that might feel like really kind of like make us want to burn out. You know, like it feels like so intense sometimes. We're already dealing with so many stresses and anxieties ourselves. And so then you're talking about like bringing on these, you know, the stress and anxiety and pains of others. It may seem it may seem like too much sometimes. And so in order to actually get us to that point, there's some steps that go in front of this. Excuse me. There's some steps that go in front of this. So this is actually, it comes from a method called equalizing and exchanging oneself with another. And there's like 9 points in the steps. And so today I'm just going to share with you like the first 3 that lead up to Tonglen. And maybe in the next one, I'll continue to share some of those steps. Entonces, típicamente estamos hablando de Tonglen y quería compartirles algunas enseñanzas que viene de un método de bodhicitta que se llama ecualizando e intercambiando nosotros con uno al otro. Entonces, si estamos pensando de llevar todo el sufrimiento de otros con compasión y dar felicidad con amor, ¿cómo realmente podemos hacerlo auténticamente, cierto? A veces se siente no tan auténtica porque nosotros mismos tenemos tanto estrés, tanto ansiedad en nuestras vidas mismas. A veces puedes sentir como sobrecargado para realmente llevar el sufrimiento de otras personas y agregarlo a nuestras propias experiencias, ¿cierto? Podemos como sentir medio deprimidas y algo. Entonces hay unos pasos antes que podemos reflexionar lógicamente para entrenar a llegar a este punto. And so the first step in order to actually get to this is actually to equalize ourselves with others. So equalizing ourselves with others really comes from a foundation of first understanding that most of the time we're thinking about ourselves. We're thinking about the benefit for me, if it's my health, or like, am I feeling calm, or is it beneficial to me in my life? And this is like the exact type of thinking that kind of gets us into the situation that we're in today. It's through cause and effect, and through thinking about ourselves and this kind of self-cherishing mind is what creates the causes for the type of struggles, anxieties, and challenges that we each face in our life. And so the exact opposite of that, is actually to cherish others. But before we can really cherish others and really be there for others, we actually have to understand that we're all coming from the same place. And so we start by going through an analytical meditation of equalizing ourselves with others. So to equalize ourselves with others, we want to understand first, what is it that's equal? The fact that what is equal is that we all have an innate goodness on the inside, and that we all really don't want any problems in our life. We're really wishing to have no problems, no anxiety, no pain, no struggles, and we really wish for the maximum happiness. We would like well-being and calmness, tranquility, and peace in our lives. And so we actually are all coming from the same basis of wishing for the same thing. And so in that case, we can actually equalize ourselves with others and recognize, oh, we're actually both important. We're both, coming from the same place. So not only is my happiness important, also everybody else's happiness is also important. Excuse me. Entonces, el primer paso es primero equalizando nosotros con uno al otro, con las otras personas. How do you say that properly in Spanish, Eric? How to equalize ourselves with others?
Sí, puede ser
To equalize ourselves with others.
ponernos, o sea, hacer como buscar lo igual, tal vez, no sé si igualizar existe, pero,
Okay. Ponernos
pero
igual con los otros.
sí.
Ok, ponernos igual con los otros. Bueno, so la primer paso es ponernos igual con nosotros. Entonces significa que típicamente nosotros estamos pensando en nuestros propios beneficios. Estamos pensando cómo yo puedo tener una vida mejor, un mejor trabajo, una mejor casa, cómo puedo sentir bien, cómo puedo sentir calma, qué me funciona. Y ese mismo pensamiento es que nos trae los problemas en la vida. Esto es la semilla de dificultad, porque solo estamos pensando en nosotros. Y entonces, el exacto opuesto de eso es pensar en otras personas y realmente valorizar otros sobre de nosotros. Pero es muy difícil hacer esto salta. Entonces, en lugar de hacer eso salta, nosotros primero vamos a tomar un paso antes, que ponernos igual con otras personas. Y ¿qué es lo que es igual? Porque hay tantas distinciones, pero ¿qué es igual? La cosa que está igual es que cada uno de nosotros queremos estar feliz, queremos estar tranquilo, queremos tener una vida buena, no queremos problemas, no queremos ansiedad, no queremos dificultades. Y cada persona en este mundo, cada ser, hasta hormigas, todos quieren eso. Entonces, eso es la parte que es igual. Entonces, sabiendo eso, cuando hay una persona difícil en nuestras vidas, realmente podemos ver, esta persona está buscando felicidad, no quieren problemas. Quizás su estrategia no está tan bueno, pero estamos iguales acá. And so this is especially a unique technique that's very helpful, particularly when someone's challenging in our life. So when someone's challenging, we can actually take a moment to analyze and see, hey, this person really wants happiness. They don't want to suffer. Maybe the strategy is a little off right now, but we're doing this out of the same basis of wanting to be well. And so the next step from this is actually to recognize the demerits of cherishing ourselves and the merits of cherishing others. So up until now, we've always been thinking about how benefiting ourselves is supportive in my life. Well, now we actually have to think about it logically and talk to our mind to really recognize that actually all this time, my entire life, from the day that I was born, I've been thinking about how I can benefit myself, and I'm still unhappy. So it's clearly not maybe the best method. And if we think about like really fantastic leaders, we can look at Lama Dorje, who's someone in our life right now. We can look at people like His Holiness the Dalai Lama or Thich Nhat Hanh. We can look at all sorts of different leaders that we've seen in our lifetime. And the kind of key aspect that makes them such a good leader is that they're actually out there thinking about people in the world. They're putting others first. And so we can actually see that they're happy. We see that they really don't suffer in the same type of problems that we have. So we can actually look and see the outcomes of, all right, so where we've been thinking about ourselves, we still struggle, we still have a lot of problems. And we look at people like His Holiness the Dalai Lama or Thich Nhat Hanh that have really been thinking about other people in their life, and they're happy. Even if they have problems, they're happy. And so we can actually see the outcome of what it's like to cherish others over ourselves. So, entonces, un aspecto, después de equalizar, which is not a word that exists,
Igualar.
ponernos,
Yeah. Igualar.
what is it? Igualar?
Yes.
Igualar. Okay, now we got the real word. So, después de igualar nosotros con nosotros, la próximo paso es realmente pensar todo este tiempo. Yo estaba pensando en mí, en mi vida. Cuando la primera vez que yo lloré era para mí, para mi mamá o mi leche. Y cada vez en la vida estamos pensando en yo, mi vida y cómo puedo ser más feliz o mi familia. Y todavía tenemos problemas, todavía sufrimos en la vida. Entonces, esta estrategia no está funcionando como pensamos. Y si miramos como los grandes líderes, como su santidad, el Dalai Lama, o podemos pensar en Thich Nhat Hanh o otros líderes grandes en el mundo, también podemos mirar Lama Dorje, personas que parecen muy felices, aunque ellos tienen muchas responsabilidades y realmente tienen muchas cosas que están haciendo en el mundo, todavía tienen una felicidad que radea, que realmente podemos ver. ¿Y qué es esta semilla? ¿Qué es la diferencia? La diferencia es que ellos tienen una mente que siempre está pensando en lo demás. Entonces, esta mente que está valorizando a otros y no solo pensando en yo, es una mente más feliz. Y nosotros tenemos esta mente que piensa en yo y todavía estamos sufriendo. Entonces, ahí podemos ver la lógica de cuando nosotros vemos que la felicidad de otros también importa mucho, y también podemos ver que pensando en nosotros no tiene mucho valor y pensando en otra gente tiene mucho valor. Ahí podemos empezar a ver lógicamente que, wow, esto bodhicitta es algo muy interesante. Mi felicidad depende en la felicidad de otros. Mi felicidad depende en estar ahí para otros. So we can actually start to see, like in a very logical form, and talk to our mind and kind of redo that imprint that's in our mind that shows, okay, so everybody wants happiness. And not only does everybody want happiness, but the times that I've been really cherishing myself haven't really created the outcomes that I'd like. And the times when I actually cherish others, that it actually creates more happiness. Other people are happy. It makes me happy as well. And so we can actually start to see and change the mechanism in our mind to see that, oh, my true and lasting happiness actually relies on other people. And so kind of these thoughts are kind of a preparation that lead us into the Tonglen. And so I think we can go ahead and do a meditation. I wanted to just share a little bit about the mechanism first so that we understand like where that's coming from. But now we can go ahead and do it as a practice, and I'll do it as a guided practice. Solo quería compartir primero un poco de información y ahora ya podemos hacerlo como una práctica guiada. Quería que tú entendiste la información primero, el por qué, y ahora ya lo podemos practicarlo juntos. So just coming into a seated position, be in a comfortable position. The most important thing is just to have your back straight, but just be comfortable and relaxed. El más importante es just tener tu espalda recto. Todo lo demás no importa mucho. Puedes estar muy relajada y just mantener tu espalda recto. Y respira 3 veces, taking 3 deep breaths just to bring our body and our mind into one place. Respira 3 veces, que la mente y el cuerpo se lleva en un solo lugar. Now we'll just think for a moment, why am I here at this practice today? What brings me here right now? Ahora vamos a pensar un rato, ¿por qué estoy en esta práctica ahorita? ¿Para qué me llega aquí? We can be really sincere with ourselves. Maybe we felt stressed at work, or we want a break from school, or we're having problems with our partner. Something brings us here to meditate right now rather than watching TV or being distracted. Something brings us to want to be here in this moment. Algo nos toca estar aquí ahorita, nos provoca. Puede ser que tenemos estrés en el trabajo, o quizás queremos un break de estudiar, o tenemos problemas con la pareja. Algo nos traiga acá para meditar en lugar de mirar tele ahorita. ¿Qué es eso? I think we can really see that it boils down to we'd like to be more satisfied, more calm, more happy, more tranquil in some sort of way. And we wish to not struggle. Whatever struggles we have in our life, we wish for those to go away, and we wish to experience happiness in some way. Entonces, cualquier respuesta que tenemos realmente llega al punto central, que es no queremos tener ansiedad, estrés, problemas, y sí queremos tener felicidad. Esto es lo que nos traiga acá. So really like breathing deep with that and following our breath and realizing that I'd like to be happy. I'd like to be well. I'd like to be peaceful. And in this same way that I'd like to be peaceful and happy, so does everybody else in this world. And I'm just one single human being out of 8 billion that are all wishing to be happy. And not only do all the humans want to be happy, but every single ant, every single microorganism, every single fish, every single thing that moves also wishes to be happy. Y yo estoy aquí porque quiero estar feliz. Por eso estoy en esta meditación y puedo dar cuenta que soy una sola persona desde 8 billones en este mundo. Y todos quieren estar feliz. Todos quieren lo mismo. Somos iguales. Y no solo los humanos, pero también a las hormigas, a cada pescado, a cada ser que mueve, todos también quieren estar felices. Estamos iguales en este deseo. And then we maybe can bring to mind a challenging situation or person right now. Something that's not so easy, maybe something that provokes us a little bit, or maybe it provokes us a lot. But really kind of bringing that person in front of you in your mind. Entonces podemos imaginar una persona o situación que nos provoca ahorita. Puede ser algo que nos provoca mucho o que nos provoca poco. Pero nos traiga esta persona en su presencia frente de nosotros. I really take a moment to really feel that this person, no matter how they're acting right now, they're doing this because they'd like to be happy. And there's been so many times in my life when I was also not acting in my purest form. There's been times when I got angry on accident, or I said harsh words, or I offended people, and that wasn't my intention, but I was, wishing well. And I know what it's like to not be acting in my nature. Y ahora podemos dar cuenta que esta persona frente de nosotros, ellos quizás no están actuando tan bien ahorita, pero también nosotros sabemos cómo se siente para no estar actuando en nuestra esencia. Cuando tenemos ira suddenamente o nos da palabras medio duros o frías, o a veces no estamos actuando realmente desde nuestros corazones y sabemos cómo es esto. No es nuestra intención estar mal, solo se salga esto sin pensar. And we also might recognize that in those times when we were acting out of our nature, what is it that brought us back to our nature? Was it somebody yelling back at us? Or was it when someone extended an act of kindness, a gentle smile, some understanding that really brought us home to our heart? Realmente pensamos en esta persona y piense estos momentos cuando estábamos afuera de nuestra naturaleza. ¿Qué es que nos trajo de regreso en nuestra naturaleza? ¿Qué era? ¿Era alguien gritando a nosotros, peleando con nosotros? ¿O era la persona que nos dio una sonrisa, un momento de cariño, un momento de entendimiento? Eso es lo que nos trajo de nuevo hacia nuestro corazón. And so in that way, we can see, that we really are all in the same boat. We really are equal. We have the capacity for kindness and goodness, and we have the capacity to step out of our nature. And it's just momentarily. We have the possibility to step back. Entonces podemos ver que realmente todos tenemos esta semilla de belleza adentro. Y es muy normal cuando nosotros no expresamos esta naturaleza y a veces olvidamos, pero todavía esta semilla está ahí. And so with that kind of sensation of equality in our heart and deep understanding, we can move our mind into the next thought, which is think about the times when I've cherished myself. I wished that I was right rather than being respectful, or I kind of, wanted it my way, and just really think about what the outcome of that was. Was it really beneficial, or did it make me feel guilty afterwards? Did it make me feel regretful afterwards? Did it actually make me feel happy in an extensive way? Ahora podemos pensar en la próxima pensamiento, que es cómo se sintió pensar en las veces que yo realmente estaba valorizando a mí mismo y no pensando en otros. ¿Y qué eran los resultados? ¿Realmente sentí felicidad después? ¿O sentí como pena? ¿O sentí regret? ¿Sentí como culpa? Realmente pensar en esto para un momento. ¿Cómo se siente cuando quería estar correcto o quería en mi manera y no pensando en otros? Y ahora, and now we can think for a moment, think about the times when we actually extended a hand to somebody and how they smiled afterwards, or how we went out of our way to help somebody when they weren't expecting it, and how much joy we felt whenever we saw that they were happy, and how happy that made us too. Really thinking about that for a moment, like a real situation in our life. Y ahora pensando en una situación real en nuestras vidas, cuando nosotros hemos pensado en una otra persona y no en nosotros, hemos extendido el mano a alguien o hemos ayudado a una persona que no estaba esperando esta ayuda. Realmente piensa en una situación real, cómo se sintió cuando ellos te di una sonrisa y tú mismo sentí como felicidad desde esa sonrisa. Piénselo bien. And kind of through this thought process, we can kind of see that whenever we recognize that others also want to be happy, and when we extend our kindness and our virtue to others, that actually makes us more happy in the long run, because it's not having to choose between our happiness or their happiness. It means our happiness is actually included in the happiness of others when we go out of our way to support others. Entonces podemos ver en esto analización que cuando nosotros ponemos de igual como otros y vemos que todos tenemos este deseo de felicidad, de ahí ya podemos ver que nuestra felicidad está incluido en la felicidad de otros, porque cuando extendimos la mano a otros y ellos están felices, eso realmente nos ponga feliz. Entonces no tenemos que elegir en la felicidad de uno y no la felicidad del otro. Cuando nosotros pensamos en la felicidad de otros, eso incluye nuestra felicidad. Entonces todos ganamos en eso. And so with this, we can start our Tonglen, really thinking about this person who might be challenging, how they want to be happy, and how we wish to help them, and how by helping them, this also helps ourselves. And by doing this, we can breathe in, we can think about a very specific challenge this person is having. We breathe it in the form of kind of a dark cloud, and it comes here close to the warmth in our heart, this bright light. And as we breathe out, we send them love and well-being, and thinking about all the ways that we wish for them to be content and happy. And just keep doing that at your own pace, breathing in with compassion and breathing out with love and well-being and happiness. And just allowing that to expand and grow with every breath. Y ahora ya podemos hacer la parte de Tonglen. Podemos pensar en esta persona que tiene dificultades y pensar en algo específico en su vida que es algo difícil. Y respira, lleva esta dificultad cerca a tu corazón, jálalo, sácalo de ellos en una forma de un nube oscuro y llévalo cerca a tu corazón donde hay una luz muy calor, muy amorosa, y transforma esta nube en una luz y regrésalo en la forma de felicidad para esta persona, que ellos se sienten felices y piensen en todas las maneras que tú quieres que ellos tienen felicidad y armonía en su vida. Y sigue haciéndolo en esto en tu propio ritmo, respirando adentro, inhalando todas las aflicciones y exhalando, dando toda la felicidad y dejando que esto expande. So just keep breathing in and out at your own rhythm, breathing in the suffering and afflictions and breathing out the well-being for this person. Remembering all the ways that you too really don't like to struggle. And so, of course, we don't want this person to struggle. So, breathing it in with courage and compassion, transforming it and just sending them all sorts of love and well being. May you be well. May you be happy. May your family be happy. May you have all the wealth that you need. May you have your mission in life. May you have good friends. May you have good Dharma teachings. May you have all that you need to be content and well in this life and many future lives. Y realmente pensando en las dificultades que tenemos en la vida, no, nosotros tampoco nos gustamos esto. Entonces, no que, por supuesto, no queremos que esta persona tiene esa experiencia. Queremos jalarlo, sacarlo, inhalarlo y darles toda la felicidad, que su familia está bien, que tienen buena salud, que tienen buena armonía y buena abundancia, que él tiene su misión en la vida y que se siente cómoda y feliz y damos toda su positividad. And just notice that as we do this, that there may be a lighter feeling in the body, recognizing that when others are happy, they're not going to bother me so much. So it benefits me to benefit them. And so it brings me well-being to benefit others and to be the courageous one. So maybe we feel heavy right now, or maybe we feel lighter, but recognizing that there's so much benefit in benefiting others. And it brings a little bit more of lightness and a little bit more of joy to the situation. Entonces ya podemos dar cuenta en nuestros cuerpos, quizás se siente pesada o quizás se siente más ligera. Podemos dar cuenta que cuando nosotros pasamos felicidad a los otros, nuestra propia mente se siente más ligera. Nuestra propia mente está más feliz. Y eso mismo, dando felicidad a otros, nos da felicidad a nosotros mismos. Entonces eso es algo muy, muy linda, muy especial. Just the fact of thinking positively of somebody else automatically brings this goodness and well-being into our own mind. And so just in that, the practice is doing well. And so and if we can continue to expand the practice in such a way to actually benefit others, then the benefit just continues to increase. And if we still feel hooked by this person and find it a little challenging, like maybe it doesn't feel so honest to ourselves to wish them well-being, like it's still hard, that's no problem. That's the reason we train, and that's the reason we practice. Nobody just becomes like a big like a professional karate, a black belt in a day. You have to train to be a black belt. You have to train to be epic. And so we're training to be epic right now. So the more we do the practice, the more honest and the more sincere it's going to feel. Y también si en esta práctica nos sentimos muy sinceras, si no queremos realmente que esta persona está feliz, no hay problema. Por eso estamos entrenando. Ni una persona llegó desde una negra cinturón en karate en un día, siempre tenía que practicar. Entonces, si nosotros queremos estar como épica, realmente tenemos que entrenar. Entonces, aunque no se siente sincera a veces para esperar, para dar este deseo que esa persona está feliz, practicando poco a poco, este deseo va a estar muy realística. Entonces, esto significa que estamos en el camino de entrenar. Just do a couple breaths more, really giving it your all, really wishing, bringing out the difficulties and sharing well-being, extending that feeling to your mother, to your parents, extending that to all beings, to your neighbors, to your beautiful cat, extending it to all of the beings that you wish well-being for, and just allow yourself to sit in that feeling of well-being. Entonces ahora seguimos respirando unas inhalaciones más, inhalando todo ese sufrimiento y exhalando todo este bienestar, pensando en tus padres, tu mamá, tu papá, todos los seres, tu gato, todos los seres que quieres compartir este bienestar, including Tika on the screen. And dando todo este amor a todos los seres y sintiendo en tu propio corazón el amor que está surgiendo de tu propia mente. Really feeling the love that's coming from your own mind right now in this moment. And just noticing that it's all just a flip. It's a flip of perception. We can see somebody as totally challenging in our life, or we can see them as an opportunity to share love and kindness and to extend a hand to someone who's very much in need. Realmente todo es una percepción. La percepción, podemos tener la percepción que alguien es muy difícil en nuestras vidas, o podemos cambiar el switch y ver la percepción que ellos nos están ayudando a despertar este amor, esta parte suave de nuestra personalidad, y que realmente podemos extender el mano con alguien que la necesita en la vida. So we'll do a dedication prayer, and after the dedication prayer, I'd be happy if y'all want to take some more time to do any questions and answers today. Vamos a hacer la dedicación y después podemos abrir el micro para pregunta y respuesta. May the excellent and precious bodhicitta arise where it has not arisen. May it never decline where it has arisen. May it always increase more and more. Changchup Semcho Rinpoche Ma Ke Wanam Ke Kyo Che Ke Wanyamba Be Payam Konde Gontu Bewasho. Sending our wishes that all beings may encounter these teachings and that they too can wake up their love and compassion. Gracias, everybody. If anyone has any questions or comments, you're welcome to open your mic, or you might have to ask for permission. I'm not sure how it's set up. Carmelina, hello. Hola.
Hey, Carolina, I just wanted to thank you. It's well, first, so good to see you again and see you so well. You seem very happy and very, I don't know, like flourishing. I love it. So I'm really happy for you. And yeah, I want to thank you for the practice today because well, there's obviously some stuff that we're all going through, and that part where you said where sometimes it might feel like kind of fake, where we try to, wish love and well-being for someone else. And I've kind of been struggling with that idea of feeling guilty myself for noticing that it kind of feels fake, so yeah, just that gentle reminder that it's about practice. It's something that we have to continue developing, and it really is just, I had this like aha moment where it's like, yeah, that's just ego, that's just kind of part of what we have to do. Just it makes it this humbling experience where you really have to let go of everything that you think is fair or think is just, or kind of stop seeking that and just surrender. And it really struck a chord with me, so I wanted to thank you for that.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Yeah. Yeah, I found that thought really helpful too, as well, because yeah, I mean, there's some people that are like super agitating and it's really not easy. And then especially I think what you just said, where it doesn't feel fair. It's like this is clearly not a fair way of acting. And so then it's so hard to be like, and now I wish you well, you know? But I think that just like you said, like that's the whole point, is like we actually have to practice, and particularly with the ones that are more challenging. Like, of course, it's super easy for us to be like, I love my mom and wish her well-being, you know, for the most part. I mean, some people have like a lot of difficulties with their mom, but for the most part, like that's an easy one, you know, or like my beautiful cat that's here on the screen with my brother, you know, like so easy to wish my cat well-being, you know, but like the people that challenge us, that's not easy. And Geshe-la gave this really cool example the other day. He said, like, if you want to be, you know, an all-time boxer, you don't like box with your mom. Your mom's going to give you a soft punch and be like, you're the best. You know, like you got to box with people that are going to give you a super hard blow. And like those people are actually training you how to take the hard blows in life. And so it really becomes so fortunate, but it takes training. Like we can't do that right away. And so, yeah, it's good to be kind with ourselves. And it's also good to be honest with ourselves. Because if we just say, like, oh, I do wish all beings love and compassion and happiness, it's not true. It's actually not true. And then we're actually defeating our own practice of developing bodhicitta, because we're not being honest. If we're actually honest with our practice and where we're at, then we actually have a ground to step on and we actually have something to work with. And so, yeah, thanks for sharing that. Maybe I'll just like say a little bit that in Spanish. Eric estaba diciendo, gracias a la parte que cuando estamos diciendo que a veces la práctica no se siente sincera, especialmente con alguien que nos provoca. Entonces, gracias por la recuerda que eso es una práctica y que tenemos que entrenar, porque él mismo estaba como teniendo un desafío con esto y no se sentí muy sincera. Entonces yo solo respondí que eso es muy correcto, eso es la parte del entrenamiento. Por ejemplo, es muy fácil. Generalmente es muy fácil querer a nuestras mamás tener felicidad, o alguien cerca de nosotros, o mi gato que está aquí con mi hermano. Muy fácil que yo le digo a esos seres, por favor, yo quiero que estén felices. Pero las personas que nos provocan no es muy fácil. Pero tenemos que realmente entrenar, porque, por ejemplo, si quieren, how do you say boxer in Spanish? Does anyone know that word? Boxer.
Boxeador.
Boxeador. Si alguien quiere estar una boxeador épica como Legendary, no puedes estar boxeando con tu mamá. Tu mamá te va a dar una suave y te pega suave, después no aprendimos nada. Entonces, cuando ya estás en la pelea como una profesional, necesitas a alguien que te pega muy fuerte, y esa persona que te pega muy fuerte es la persona que te enseña cómo alcanzar, cómo realmente llevar estos, how do you say punches, estos punch.
Golpes.
Golpes. Alguien que te realmente te entrena cómo tener estos golpes en la vida. Entonces, esos son la gente que nos provoca, nos están golpeando y realmente nos están provocando para entrenar. Entonces, no va a estar sincero en el inicio, realmente no es sincero, y tenemos que estar bastante honesto. No podemos decir, oh, yo deseo todos los seres felicidad y todo el amor, y no estar honestos, porque eso no es correcto, eso realmente no es honesto, es una aspiración, pero no es donde estamos ahorita. Entonces, realmente, si queremos un tierra donde pisar y actualmente practicar, debemos estar honestos. Entonces, sabiendo que todos no son fáciles y que estamos entrenando, eso es el piso mismo. Gracias, Eric. ¿Alguien más que quiere compartir? Oh my God, look at those little babies. And I don't know if y'all can all see the animals climbing all over Emily, but I love it. ¿Alguien más quiere compartir algo? Si no, oh, Dante, ¿sí? Do you wanna unmute him, Jeff?
¿Me escuchan?
Sí, hola.
¿Ya me escuchan? ¿Sí?
Sí, ahora sí.
Ah, Carolina, me da mucho gusto verte y saber de ti. Tuve el gusto de conocerte acá en Pátzcuaro, Michoacán, México, en Casa
Ajá,
Huerma.
ajá.
Bueno, realmente siempre aprendemos algo bueno y lo importante es ponerlo en la práctica. A veces no es muy fácil amar a quien nos ha hecho daño, a quien nos ha burlado de nosotros, nos ha robado, nos ha hecho daño, ¿verdad? Ahorita lo vemos en las guerras, pero si nosotros nos mantenemos en paz, vemos que que debemos de predicar con el ejemplo, de ser tolerantes, que eso no nos, que el daño se lo hacen ellos, que no mantener nuestra paz, estar en este tipo de dinámicas, en estos grupos tan bonitos como el que estamos viviendo ahorita, y rodearnos de gente que procura darnos una sonrisa y que eso nos alimenta y que eso nos fortalece, como comentaste con tu principio de tu ponencia. Me voy más
Ujú.
despacio un poquito por lo rápido que hablo, pero estoy muy agradecido porque has dado una lista, he sido muy no, o sea, enriquece ver sus miradas, enriquece mucho que estemos en frecuencias de amor, que, que pues que nos vamos a topar con gente que realmente está en frecuencias negativas, pero que eso debemos ah, procurar, pues procurar que no nos contamine eso y hacer lo mejor que damos con nuestro ejemplo y en la paz y en la armonía. Gracias, Carolina.
Maravilloso, Dante. Muchísimas gracias. So Dante was just, in short, Dante was sharing that like he's really grateful for these kind of practices because it's not so easy for us to like show love and kindness, especially to the people that are like have hurt us in some way or robbed us in some way or like treated us poorly or laughed at us or something. Like that's really not an easy thing to do. And so he's just really appreciating that circles like these are things that can really fill us up and give us the type of smiles that we need and like the energy that we need to really go into the world and to be more tolerant and to be more loving and to be more kind and patient with others. So it's just giving his gratitude for these kind of practices and being able to come together as a Sangha. Muchísimas gracias, Dante.
De igual manera. Sí.
Okay. If anyone else has anything to share, if not, then we can close out for tonight. Okay. Muchas gracias a todos. Thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing you again
Sí.
soon. And I know that Lama does as well. We send our love.
Gracias, gracias, gracias.
Buenas noches.
Gracias, Carolina.
Gracias, Puki.
Buenas noches.